Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Sylvia, and this is the channel where I talk about reading and writerly things. Today's video is going to be about my NaNoWriMo 2021 freebies. Okay, so long story short, Apple has updates. They had a system update, and I've been trying to do it for several days. I have crappy internet, and it's just been a hot mess. I already made a video talking about my NaNoWriMo plans and what I was going to be doing, and I was going to be participating. And I did that 6 days ago. I couldn't get it to work in Final Cut Pro just because I needed to update my computer, which I've done since then. But it took me several days, and now I've decided not to do Nano. I know. But I still have the freebies, and they're still going to work for you, and I'm going to show you how they work, even if you're not doing Nano and you find this and you decide you're going to start writing a novel in a non-Nano month. Okay, so no worries there. All right, so this is a spreadsheet that I created. I'm going to link it down below. I have two versions. This one is the dated version, and then I have a free version that looks like this, or maybe you would call it blank. At the top, we have the categories: starting word count, start time, end time, ending word count, total sprint time, total for sprint, and then words over, and then words under. So that's pretty self-explanatory. However, I know that some people might not find all of these categories helpful, so maybe even if you are participating in Nano, you might want to use the blank one just because you can go ahead and use whatever categories you want in the columns at the top. So you also have a space here for what project this is for. Of course, you have your daily goal and then your monthly goal as well. Very, very simple. I use a standard size traveler's notebook. I have a pocket here in the back. So if I take this and fold it into thirds like this, it will certainly fit back there. So if you have like an A5 notebook, this should fit folded in there. So you can either take this anywhere you go, or you can leave it at your writing desk, which is what I do. And I went ahead and I used this for half of October. So yeah, I loved it. It worked really well for me. So this is the blank one. Of course, you'll just see that the categories at the top are blank, and then I've left the month blank. I've also added 31 days, whereas this one only has 30, so that you can make sure and be able to use it in any month that you would like. My next freebie are these writing sprints. So for the sheet, this is basically only good for your one major long sprint, because that's usually what I do. I sit down and I write for about an hour to an hour and 30 minutes tops, and I'm done for the day. And then I usually revise and do a couple other things, and of course I copy and save things. Copy and save. Yeah, because I was definitely scarred for life growing up and going to high school in the mid to late 90s. Floppy disks in junior high were the worst. Okay, so over here we have the second one, which are the writing sprints, and these ones are created for at least 3 sprints. So if you're someone who feels like in order to get that 1,667 words, or if you're doing double, because some people write 100,000 words in a month, God love you, because I know I can't do that. You might need more than one sprint in order to accomplish that. So let me zoom in quickly. So we have the rounds. We have round 1, 2, and 3. Up at the top, you have a line to write down your project. Then we have the sprint time, starting word count, start time, end time, ending word count, total for sprint, and then of course the date for this sprinting sticky note. And if you're someone who's not interested and can't be bothered to figure out how to print on sticky notes, because I definitely have friends like that, you can go ahead and let me zoom out here and just print out the entire sheet. You can go ahead and just cut these out and use either some washi tape or a glue stick to go ahead and stick these into your planner or your writerly journal. So there's no worries about that. Or you can just keep it on the sheet, fold it again, and tuck it into your notebook. And the last thing I wanted to share with you is something I'm not going to link down below, but this is just kind of a pro tip, because I'm such a pro, but kind of a pro tip here. I find that this is super helpful to me. I had to learn this the hard way. So basically, Project Violet 2, which is taking place in the future by a year in October 2022, I go ahead and I print out a calendar so that I can write on the days what chapter happens or takes place on that day. So let's say that I start this book on the 11th. I'll put chapter 1 here. Sometimes chapter 1 through 5 will be on the first day, which is the 11th and a Tuesday. So usually I'll write like chapter 1 and I'll write October, 11th, and I'll write Tuesday. I also usually write whether it's morning, midday, or evening. If I can put an exact time, then I will. That just helps me when I go back and I decide that I want to add to the scenery. That way, if it's morning, I know that there's a lot of morning sounds and a lot of morning routines that happen. If it's nighttime, I can talk about how dark it is and that lights need to probably come on or something for people to be able to see, especially if they're sleeping and they wake up and it's dark. So I think all of that is pretty helpful when you're going through the revision process. It's also great because it tells me the exact timeline of my novel. Right now, I currently am in the belief, we'll see when I actually finish writing it, but this should take place for about, I want to say from the 14th to the 31st, but I might actually take it into a couple of days of November. So we're looking at anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks for this novel. And it's just so helpful to have this all written down either in the actual chapter or on a calendar so I can kind of see where things are. Okay, so to recap, yes, I am going to be writing Project Violet. I am writing a novel in the month of November 2021, but I will not be participating in NaNoWriMo because I want to do it at my own pace for my own sanity. And I feel like I'm seasoned enough as a writer that I have actually been consistently writing and revising throughout the entire year of 2021 that I'm okay and I don't need an actual challenge and a community to do this. But if you do, I hope that you join NaNoWriMo and that you find that you get something out of it. And remember, when you're not making your word count, that a challenge like this is always great anyway, because you probably got more words than you would have had you not done the challenge at all. All right, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope that this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and also don't forget to read a book, write a book. Sincerely, Sylvia. Bye.